speech. I like it. You've been an incredible audience, and I think you deserve a little stretch. So, can you guys stand up for me, please? Who was that, Karna? That sounded like you. Please stand up. First things first. Put your hands like this if you've ever ridden a bicycle before. Kiss your muscles if you want. Good. Okay, so you've all ridden bicycles? Not the ones with training wheels, those don't count. Okay, what about camping? Go like this if you've ever been camping before. That tent doesn't count, that's not a real tent, doesn't even have a range light. Okay, what about climbing to the top of a mountain? Go like this if you ever climbed to the top of a mountain. Yes? Okay. And what if you've done something that's really been scary for you, but somehow you've been brave enough to do it? Oh, yes. Go like this and squeeze until your face goes red. Okay, I hope you're stretched. You may be seated. Thank you. You really have been an amazing audience, so you deserve that little stretch. But a little bit more seriously, the reason I wanted to talk to you today about bicycles and camping and climbing and overcoming fears is because if I absolutely had to choose my favorite memory from my last 2 years at GIFS, it would probably be the overnight biking camping trip that a few of the high school students organized earlier this year. I'll always remember us riding from GIFS up along the Sachan River to our local camp spot, where we cooked our own food, went fishing, jumped off cliffs, played capture the flag in the dark, which I don't recommend, collected firewood, told ghost stories, slept in tents, and spent 24 hours a little bit outside our comfort zone. But during this trip, we faced a lot of what I call what-if fears. Things that kind of worry you and scare you and make you wonder if you're making the right choice or not. I'd like to share some of those fears with you. What if my butt starts to hurt from riding my bike so long, and I need to take a break every kilometer, asked Haesung? What if I ride so slow and relaxed that everyone, except for Mr. Tansy, forgets about me, asked Dong-Hyun? What if there are snakes and mosquitoes and bears and deer, and they sneak into my tent, asked Mina? What if, once we arrive, we are so tired that we spend 5 hours sleeping in the tent and miss all the fun games? Asked Naomi. What if we run out of food because the boys are uncultured scavengers and eat all the meat and ramen before it's even cooked? Asked Youngdu, gracious chef. What if we work so hard to make something so beautiful and the boys turn it into a shooting range target practice? Wondered Luca. I think Ivan knocked it down first, or was it Francisco? What if while we're playing frisbee, a car runs over my $100 skateboard and only gives me $10 and says sorry? Wondered Hano. What if our boat gets a hole in it and sinks in 1 meter deep water? Wondered Francisco and Connor. What if we spend 2 hours collecting firewood and then use it all in the first 10 minutes on a massive smoke fire and have no wood left once it actually gets dark and we need a fire? Wondered Pia. What if we eat all the marshmallows during the day and have none left for the actual fire? Wondered Karna. This is my favorite. What if Alex Choi tells us he's never played cards before and then bluffs us all in cards until we have no money left to buy snacks or water? Wondered Nicola. What if someone tricks me into climbing a tree, only so I think I look cool, and then they pull my pants down? Wondered Oliver. What if some boys forget their bathing suit and swim in their polka dot underwear all day and try to give us gross, wet underwear hugs? Wondered Masha. And lastly, What if, even though I am the one organizing this trip, I still forget to bring a tent, and I have to sleep outside in the freezing cold all night long? Wondered our noble graduates, Alex and Donhue. But even with all these worries, what makes this trip so special for me is that we managed to take all our fears and we just assessed our risks and we did it. And I tell you this because I think it's the same for whatever you want to do in your lives. Whether it's following your dream to be an artist or a musician, asking someone you like to dance, getting ready for university, or moving to a new country to start a new life. There will always be what-if fears in the back of your mind. Our job is to recognize those fears, but not let them hold us back. In the words of my favorite author, Chuck Palahniuk, don't do what you want. Do what you don't want. Do what you're trained not to want. Do the things that scare you the most. I personally look forward to a world where we all feel brave enough to give our wildest ideas a chance and never be afraid to start something out of the fear of failing. Because we all know that starting something is more than half the battle. And we don't always need to be strong in life. We just need to feel strong. So now that we all hopefully feel strong enough to begin our wildest projects, whether that's moving to a new country, starting a career, or just going on a really long bike ride, the real question is figuring out where to start. To help us, let's use my bucket analogy with Halloween cheese ball buckets. Okay? These two buckets represent your life. And the question we have to ask is, how are we going to fill these buckets? How are you going to fill your life? That's a question I ask way too much, and you are likely asking every once in a while yourselves. And the best place I know to start is with experiences. Everything that happens to us in life, good or bad, is an experience. Okay? For example, here, there's thousands of grains of sand. Okay? We have fun experiences, like going to the beach with your friends. We have sad experiences, like losing someone you love. We have romantic experiences, like your first kiss, which you get at your marriage. We have scary experiences, like breaking a bone or get really sick. We have challenging experiences, like studying for Mr. Campbell's 2 weeks of IB exams. We have tedious experiences, like washing dishes and waiting in long lines. Okay? We have endless types of experiences, and they're all sand that fill our lives. And then along with those experiences, we have our values. So here, the values are these bricks. These are our values. Okay? What are your values? What do you cherish most in your life? Values can be things like loving to learn and choosing a career that you love. Values can be things like freedom and adventure and the desire to explore all the world has to offer. And values can be things like families and friendships and spending as much time as we can with the people we love most. But here's where it gets challenging. When we're so caught up with collecting experiences, we lose track of our values, and we often have no room in our buckets for our values. So how about a different approach? How about instead of prioritizing our experiences, what if we prioritize our values? So take this value to be an amazing parent or an amazing friend, and focus on that first. Take this value to travel and pursue your love for music or food or passion or art. And take this first. Focus on this first. take this value to follow your dream career, to work with submarines or with airplanes, or whatever you want to work with. Take this value first. And with these values already filling our lives with joy, we can then slowly and deliberately add the experiences around them. I know that wasn't as good as Hyun Soo's magic trick. But there, everything fits. Magically, everything fits. It's your life. It's your bucket. And best of all, unlike school, there's no need to break the rules because there are no rules. You make up the rules. If you know what you want most in life, if you know what your bricks might be, just go and get them. If you tell the universe you want something enough, you'll probably get it. The hard part, of course, is knowing what to ask the universe for. If you're still not 100% sure what your values are, then you're the same place I am. You're lost. We're lost. We're all a little bit lost. And I'm here on this stage today to tell you that it's okay to be lost. It's okay to feel confused and unsure about what you want. That's what teenage years exist for. And if you're a slow learner like me, that's what your 20s and 30s and probably your 40s are going to exist for. Self-discovery. Enjoy it. Being lost can be a good thing. It means you're still open to anything, and the possibilities become endless. Eventually, after you try different subjects, different sports, experience different cultures, and listen to different types of music, the ones that make you feel most alive will become more and more clear. One way to find out what you love most is thinking about what you can't live without. For me, the things I can't live without are loving relationships, climbing mountains, riding bikes, coaching sports, and camping under the stars. I just want to do more of what I love. And I believe if I stay true to my values, the rest will come. So for the graduates in this room, Donghyun, Alex, and Eliasha, today you're at the top of the food chain. You are the graduating class. It's time for you to look back on what you have accomplished and take some time to appreciate it. Starting in the fall, you go back to the bottom of the food chain. You head off into university, where you get to start all over again. And that's an amazing gift. You get to redefine yourself. You should redefine yourself. Every summer, every year, every chapter of our lives, we all get to hit the refresh button and start again. So let's take advantage of this gift as we come to the closure of this chapter in our lives. As many of you know, today is my last day at GIFS. In a few days, I'm going to be heading out into the world to do what I love most. I have a project in my mind. Most people, including my parents, think it's a bit of a ridiculous project, which has been stuck in my head since I was 15. And now, after 15 years of planning and fear and doubt and fear, I finally believe in my project enough to begin it. So for many of us, it's time to say goodbye. Once we leave GIFS, we will all go off into our corners of the world, and we will share who we became here everywhere we go. One thing is for sure. GIFS is without a doubt a better place because of every single person in this room. And I, for one, am proud of the person GIFS has helped me become. There's so many people I want to hug and thank, and I don't know where to start. But when you don't know where to start, you should just start somewhere. So out of all the people in this room, I just want to grab, I'm going to call one, just one. I'm going to call Dodi. Dodi, where are you? Is Dodi in the room? Come on up, Dodi, come on up. Over these 2 years, I've coached Dodi in many different sports. And every season, he's written me a thoughtful email telling me he loved me and he appreciated me. And he really enjoyed the season we had together. And Dodi, along with so many people in this audience, have reminded me of how simple it is to slow down and say thank you and show people you love them and appreciate them. Yet we're so often busy collecting experiences that we forget to slow down and just feel thankful. So in honor of all the people that are moving on today, can I ask that everyone takes 1 minute right now to just, around where you are, find someone close to you and give them a smile or give them a creepy wink. Where's Miss K? Love you, Miss K. Give them a creepy wink, give them a high five, a hug, or a big sloppy kiss, and tell them that you appreciate them. You have a few more hours to hug everyone later on. Keep the hugs coming. The world will be a better place with more hugs. I'd like to close with a quote written by Eric Roth that I hope you enjoy. For what it's worth, it's never too late or too early to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Stop whenever you want. You can change or you can stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best of it or we can make the worst of it. And I hope you make the best of it. And I hope you see things that startle you. And I hope you feel things that you've never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Goodbye, GIFS. Keep playing outside. Keep loving nature. The rest will work itself out. I love you.